Oh, hey, Billy. Hey, Billy.
Is he? You
Yeah.
notice something? What day is this?
Oh,
Like February?
yeah, mid-February.
It's like 80 degrees out.
Yeah.
What's going on? This is like an ungodly season to be.
Do I have a tan?
You
Or
got
do I have a
something?
farmer's tan?
Probably I'm blinded by the light here.
Are ya?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know whether to put on a sweater or a bathing suit.
I don't know either, but if you put on a bathing suit, put on a long one.
A long one. Like
Yeah.
1960.
Wear a t-shirt too.
Well, thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
hello and welcome to your old news update. I'm Izzy Fitz.
And I'm Bud Driscoll.
Hiram Clapsaddle is a little under the weather today, so get well, Hiram.
Yeah.
Shout out to you,
And
brother.
it's even good weather out too. So
That's
don't
right.
be under it.
Let's shout out to our sponsors next. Eagle Crest Retirement Community, 2601, no hold it, 1501 East
So
Magnolia.
I'm closer than you.
Headley's Clothing, 1829 South 9th.
Where it
That's
fits the elite of Salina.
That's right here, buddy. And Headley's Clothing, oh, we already did that. Smoky Hill Museum, 211
West Side, who has a new exhibit opening up next week on the 1960s.
on the 60s.
Peace, man, groovy.
Peace, brother.
It's a groovy exhibit. Go be sure to see it.
Groovy, man. I feel like Austin Powers.
Groovy.
February 22nd, 1966. The superintendent of Unified School District 307 has been wrapped across the knuckles by the district board for talking in class. The board, in urging Superintendent Lester Paul of Brookville to remain neutral on the proposed merger of the district with Salina, has instructed Paul not to appear at future meetings in which the board is not involved. Did you hear us, Lester?
So, did he quit and then he shortened his name and invented the guitar, Les Paul?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Right.
He probably got into another line of work.
I would.
He got in
Okay.
trouble.
Here's a sad tale.
Sad.
Tale. February 21st, 1941. Shot through the head by an old frontier-type revolver which was still held tightly in his hands. James W. Anderson, 76, of New Cambria, was found dead in his bed at his home. Dead in his bed in his home,
Dead in his bed is home.
where he lived for a number of years. A former deputy United States Marshal and a one-time deputy sheriff in this county, Mr. Anderson had lived in New Cambria for the past 20 years.
Should have practiced what he preached.
Well, listen to this. 10 days ago, he called the mortuary, telling officials he felt his time was limited and made arrangements for... Time was limited in making arrangements for his funeral.
Oh, he was a prophet, he was.
He was.
Oh, man.
And here's something strange. Mr. Anderson was the first white child born in Walla Walla, Washington on April 1st, 1864.
First one.
That's what it says. So
Well,
didn't turn out so well.
here's a letter to the journal.
Oh, a letter.
Oh, yeah. These are usually pretty good ones.
From when?
February 21st, 1916.
Oh, they wrote letters back then.
It says, in your paper last night, Vogue expressed her opinion in regard to spring hats for women and the objections of men to providing their wives with all the silly fashions of time and season. Her idea is radical. No woman needs more than 2 hats in 1 year. Just because a man objects to wasting money earned by hard work for unnecessaries does not unfit him for marriage. Rather, it fits him as a man who will someday own a bank account. A thing with the husband of Vogue will never dare dream of. I buy my wife a hat twice a year, most every year, and I don't consider myself an inferior man. To quote Vogue, or an example of deterioration. Signed, Indignant.
Buy his wife 2 hats and a mop.
2 hats and a mop.
Yeah.
Which one gets more use?
What a romantic guy.
Oh, he is.
And last but
Ain't
not
that
least,
tender?
yes, that's right. Last but not least, 125 years ago, on February 23rd, 1891, in the Salina Daily Republican.
Aha.
Yesterday afternoon, there was quite a crowd gathered in front of H.D. Beard's butcher shop to see a freak in the shape of Izzy Fitz. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't resist. To see a freak in the shape of a double-headed calf. The calf had 2 perfect heads, 2 backbones, 2 tails, 2 pairs of lungs, all perfectly formed. This curiosity was bought by S.R. Wharton, district manager of Mutual Life in New York, at St. Mary's, and expressed expressed to Salina. Mr. Wharton has employed Professor Cook of the high school to mount the same and regards it as a valuable curiosity. So
Put him in a freak show, did he?
That's right, so you get twice the milk.
Read more about the way things used to be in the look back section of Monday's Salina Journal.
In the meantime, we'll see if this was winter's in or just a little blip in the radar.
Prediction, we'll have 6 inches of snow before this is all over.
Yeah, well, you just think about that, you just think about it.
I'm thinking.
Bathing suit.
All right, buddy.
Until then, we'll see you yesterday.